everyone, welcome to Insurance 101 with ET, where I will share with you some tips and some information on financial planning and money matters. So today I've decided to share about this topic on risk and fears of an F&B business owner. So if this is the first time you're actually clicking on my YouTube channel and my YouTube video, okay, I have a degree in accounting finance and I've been doing accounts for the past 5 years before I actually joined this industry. So this actually puts me in a very good position to help not only individuals but business owners as well to plan their financials. So today the reason why I wanted to touch on F&B, mainly because I do know quite a lot of F&B business owners, and since at the age of 15 I've actually started working in F&B shops such as like Polar, Starbucks, etc. So that's why I've decided to touch on this topic. So let's get started. Okay, so I've actually written a lot of things in the board, so I do hope that you can be patient and I'll actually explain to you, and hopefully this will add value to you regardless if you're an F&B business owner or if you're someone who is working in the F&B line. It'll be actually good for you to know. And of course, if you're just curious about what are the fears or the risks that F&B owners face, you can feel free to continue to watch this video as well. So let's get started. Okay, so before you see this whole chart of thing, I hope that you will just listen to me and let me go through step by step the things that I want to follow you through. So just in case you're wondering what I'm wearing, I'm actually wearing my agency t-shirt. So I'm actually representing Pinnacle Financial Services, and your dreams, my goal is actually what we truly believe in, because we believe in planning for our clients as if it is our life. So so let's get started. So risk and fear of an F&B business owner. Okay, so let's go through the compulsory part first. Okay, so what happens is that when you start an F&B business, okay, so when you're hiring staff, usually for F&B business, you hire more of foreign workers, for example, like from Malaysia, or you can hire anyone from India or from China. So something that you need to take note of is this information which I've actually written here. So let's go through it step by step. Okay, first of all is compulsory for staff, because in F&B industry, usually people who are working there is considered as a manual labor, okay, manual staff. So the work that they do requires them to lift things up, and then it's more active. So that's why you have to actually take note of this too. So first of all is the WICA, which is also known as the Work Injury Compensation Act. Okay, so based on the Work Injury Compensation Act itself, any manual staffs or staffs earning 1,600 and below are actually required to actually take up this WICA. I mean, if you're business owners, you're actually required to take up this WICA for your staff. Whereas for people who are non-manual, right, for example, they do like office work or all this, it is actually not compulsory for you all to take up, but then it will be good for you to actually take up for them as well. Okay, the second part will be the foreign worker medical insurance. So it's a medical insurance to cover foreign worker. Okay, so what I'll go through here is I'll just give you a brief description of what these two is. Okay, for further details, I'll probably come up with another video to share with you more on what WICA is and what foreign worker medical insurance is. And if you haven't been reading on the MOM regulations, do take note that failure to actually comply to these regulations, you will actually get a maximum fine of $10,000 or 12 months imprisonment. So this is something that you wouldn't want it to happen to you. So if you're owning a business, right, do feel free to actually contact me. So I'll be able to help you to review your insurance policies to see if you are underinsuring your staff, or or there could be something that you do not know, that you might accidentally make yourself be in trouble. Okay, so this is very important, WICA as well as the foreign worker medical insurance. So for example, for WICA itself, if you have 10 staff, okay, and you end up only insuring 5, that is also something that that will actually get you in trouble. Under insuring your staff can actually lead you to end up paying fine as well. Okay, so when it comes to risk and fears of a F&B business owner, there are certain risk and fears that usually people who are in F&B will actually be more concerned of. Okay, so first of all is actually work related accidents or illnesses. Okay, so for example, if you open a shop, okay, selling perhaps chicken rice, okay, and when your storeholders get injured, or if due to or for example, if let's say your job requires you to touch chemicals, um for example like lab works, you require to touch chemicals or stuff like that, and due to the work it actually cause some form of illnesses to happen. So this is something that is actually um something that business owners will be afraid, because I do know of some companies whereby they don't get any medical insurance for their staff, so they have to actually come up with their own cash to pay for their staff because they didn't insure the staff adequately. Okay, the second one will be business interruption due to electricity supply failure. So for example, if you have a shop, right, okay, what happens is if there is a shortage of if let's say there's an electrical supply failure, okay, no lights, and then after that, right, perhaps due to the cut off of the electricity, your refrigerator may stop working. Okay, so this can takes up like maybe a few days before the maintenance people can come, depending on how fast help actually comes. Okay, so if let's say due to this, then there is a business interruption, you are unable to continue with your business, that means that there is actually loss of income because of this business interruption. So this is something that is business owners is afraid of, because electricity is very important, especially if you are maybe in a bakery, you need electricity to bake your bread or your cakes, or if let's say you're using electricity maybe while cooking. So this is actually very important. Okay, 3, goods in transit. So goods in transit meaning like if let's say you need to deliver your goods, okay, from one place to another, and if in the middle, right, if anything happen, you'll be concerned, because can you imagine if you're sending a huge bulk of certain things, and then when you get there everything was ruined. So this is also one of the risk and fears of F&B business owners. Okay, and number 4 will be public liability. So in F&B, I think recently there's a company which I will not mention, okay, they actually found like worms inside bread, or like there are situations whereby the people eating the food there get food poisoning. So this is when public liability is very very important, because if let's say you do not get yourself insured for public liability, and if really because of the food that you provide for people, and people end up getting sick, and sometimes things get very complicated due to the food, that is when public liability can actually help to offset some of the costs. Okay, and lastly will be fidelity guarantee. So this is actually about fraud and dishonesty by employee. So last time I did work in a company whereby the employee has actually committed a fraud or dishonesty, and it was over a period of time. So I think that time I was actually doing accounts. So that particular company, which I shall not name, the employee itself actually have met financial difficulty. So because he's one of the staff, okay, working at a cashier, so he actually find a way to trick the system or to get cash out of the entire payment transaction. So the loss can be quite a lot, okay, depending on the period. So sometimes by the time the fraud or dishonesty have been detected, it can be over a few months or even years. So this is when fidelity guarantee actually comes into the picture as one of the fears and risks that F&B business owners have. So what I've actually gone through is just a very big overview, okay, on what the fears and risks of the F&B business owners. And of course, lastly, what I wanted to mention is, if you see these 3 arrows here, right, okay, So when it comes to work-related accidents and illnesses itself, okay, there's actually 3 insurance policies that's able to help to defray the cost of such incident. Okay, so one thing would be WICA, okay, work injury compensation. Okay, second will be foreign worker medical insurance, and for those who are Singaporean, or like let's say you have staff who are E-pass, etc. Okay, there is this thing known as the group HNS, and also the outpatient, which is actually optional. It is actually not compulsory for companies to actually take up this insurance, but some companies might choose to take it as part of loyalty, to retain their staff, so that the staff will still stay with them, and to retain as a way of retaining their staff. Yeah, so group HNS is not compulsory, so I do know of companies who did not choose to take HNS or any outpatient. So when their own staff actually gets when they get admitted to hospital, only to realize that actually their company insurance didn't cover them for this area, so that is when there are some there will be some complications that goes on. Yeah, because I think some companies, because they wanted to cut costs, right, so they refused to actually invest in a good group HNS policy, or at least check with their staff whether or not they have their own insurance, so that if anything happens, right, at least their staff can claim certain things. Yeah, so I hope that this video will be helpful. So if you're one of the F&B business owners, right, who actually have benefited from my sharing, I hope that you'll be able to give me a chance to quote for your company insurance, and hopefully I'll be able to work with you. And if you're someone who is working in a F&B industry, please do feel free to contact me, and to give me your HR contact, because I want to be able to reach out to more F&B business owners to help them to review their current insurance policies, and to see what I can do to to improve the welfare without actually increasing the premiums, because sometimes it can be done. It's just whether or not the company, the HR staff, or the person who is making the decision when it comes to insurance give me a chance to quote. So that's all I wanted to share today, and I hope that this video will be very helpful for you, and I look forward to meeting you. Your dreams, my goal. ET signing off. Take care and have a great week. Bye.